Okay, so recall that for except degenerate cases, the graph of ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0 is a hyperbola if and only if b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0. So we want to prove that the graph of the equation is a hyperbola whenever ac is less than 0 or b is less than c, which is less than 4a, which is less than 0. So let's go ahead and start this proof. And we're going to go into case 1, right? Case 1 because we have an or, right? So we have to show that it works for this and then that it works for this. So case 1 is AC is less than 0. So if AC is less than 0, this implies that negative 4 times AC would be bigger than 0, right? Because if I multiply both sides of this inequality by negative 4, I already have I already have AC as negative, right? So if I do negative 4 times another negative number, that'll be positive, right? So I know negative 4AC is going to be bigger than 0. And the reason why I want that negative 4AC is because that's what I have here for my hyperbola, right? We know, right, that for every real number, b, right, b squared is always bigger than 0. Okay? So this implies that b squared plus negative 4ac is going to be bigger than 0, right? Because I know negative 4ac is bigger than 0 and b squared is bigger than 0. So the sum of two numbers that are bigger than 0 is bigger than 0. And this implies that b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0. Okay, so that's for the first case. Let's go ahead and dive into the second case. Okay, so the second case is when b is less than c, less than 4a, and less than 0. Okay, so remember I want to get b squared and 4ac somehow, right? So to get that b squared, I see I can multiply this entire thing by b, right? So this implies that, and the first thing is, since all of these are negative, right? If I multiply b by everything, that'll make everything positive, and it'll essentially just flip these inequalities, right? So I'll get b squared will be bigger than bc, which will be bigger than 4ab, which is bigger than 0, right? Now, if I multiply everything by c, a similar thing will happen, right? So, and bc will be bigger than c squared, which will be bigger than 4ac, which is bigger than 0. Now, I have b squared is bigger than bc, so this implies that b squared is bigger than bc, and I have bc is bigger than 4ac, right? And all of them are bigger than 0. So what I'm going to get out of this, right? B squared bigger than BC, BC bigger than 4AC, right? And of course, all of them are bigger than 0. What I can get out of this is the B squared greater than 4AC, right? And then from here, I can subtract 4AC from both sides to get B squared minus 4AC is bigger than 0. And I know if I have b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0, that the graph is a hyperbola, right? So it implies the graph is a hyperbola. And that's what we set out to do. That is the proof.